Hey everyone, it's Gamefruitpulp and welcome back to another episode of Building Toronto. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at two builds, one of which is a very historic build and the other is a first on the project. So the first build that we're going to be looking at today is the Toronto Gooderham Building, and the second is Berczy Park. Berczy Park is our first park on the project, so that's pretty exciting. Before jumping into the video, I want to remind everyone to leave a like if you enjoy the video, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. The channel is getting close to 500 subscribers, which is a goal that I've been striving towards for quite a long time on this channel. So achieving that would be something that I'm pretty proud of. Anyways, without further delay, let's jump right into the content of today's video. So the Gooderham Building, also known as the Flatiron Building, is a historic office building located at 49 Wellington Street East. It's located at the eastern edge of the city's financial district in the St. Lawrence neighborhood. It's wedged between Front Street and Wellington Street in downtown Toronto, where they jump up to form a triangular intersection at Church Street. Completed in 1892, the brick edifice was an early example of a prominent Flatiron building. This building was completed by me, and I tried my best to capture the details of the build, which were particularly challenging simply because the building is so small in surface area, making those intricate details very hard to capture on the build. But I did my best, and I hope you guys think that it turned out well. The building was previously shorter, but in the same shape, and was called the Coffin Building. The current building was designed by architect David Roberts Jr. and originally cost the owners only $18,000 to construct. The building was constructed for distiller George Gooderham Sr., who was the son of Gooderham and Worts Distillery's founder, William Gooderham. For those of you familiar with the city, you'll know that the Distillery District is full of basically the old buildings that were the distillery of Gooderham and Worts. It was the office of the Gooderham and Worts Distillery until 1952 and was sold by the Gooderham family in 1957. The Gooderham Building has three entrances. Two of the entrances lead to the pub in the basement of the building, known as the Flatiron and Firkin. The entrance doors are in pairs and have wooden frames for windows. The pub is in the basement and has a large patio around the south side of the building. Tried my best to capture both of these things the best I could. The entrances for the pub are located in the basement and the first floor of the building on the Front Street side. There's no public access from the pub to the building. So if you want to actually get into the office buildings, you would need to leave the pub, walk around to the Wellington Street entrance, and go in through there. I captured this as well in the build. The entrance for the Flatiron Building is located on the north side and is made up of fanciful pinnacle dormers and arch frames with a French Gothic style. And again, I tried my best to capture this. There wasn't really a block that fit the material used to build this, so I chose to use brick simply because it was the closest. But I tried my best to capture the sort of the dormers and the arch frames of the entrance on this side. Above the pub is offices that are held by a few different tenants, among which is a real estate firm. I had a good amount of trouble trying to create a functional interior of this building simply because the shape and size of the building is quite odd. But I think I did a good job of that. And the most important thing was that I was able to provide lighting in the interior of the building, which helps bring the entire building to life on the outside in the evening. Now, that's pretty much it with the Flatiron Building. It was one of the more iconic builds in the city, so I'm pretty happy that it's now complete. I think it really helps bring this project to life and really helps show one of the most iconic pictures in the city is standing at that intersection of Wellington Church and Front Street and looking west and taking a picture of that Flatiron Building with Brookfield Place and the CN Tower and all these other things in the background. And now it's something that our project has as well. So now we're going to move on to the second build in this video, which is located directly west of the Flatiron Building. Berczy Park is a small park. It's approximately 0.9 acres large, and it's located at the border of the financial district and the St. Lawrence neighborhood. The park is triangular in shape and is bounded by Scott Front and Wellington Street. The park is bordered at the eastern tip where Wellington and Front join by the Gooderham Building, which you just saw. A widely admired mural graces the western facade of the Gooderham Building, and this mural on our version of the build isn't yet complete, but Storm is going to be doing it in the coming days, so I look forward to seeing that completed as well. The park is named after William Berczy, who was an architect and a surveyor and worked with the John Graves Simcoe, who was the first governor of Upper Canada. In founding the capital, York, Upper Canada, the town which eventually grew to Toronto. So this architect played a pretty important role in the founding of the city, and that's why this park is in his honor. The park opened in 1980, replacing a parking lot, and was closed in September 2015 for renovations to the park. A key focal point of the renovated park was the replacement of the park's original fountain with a larger two-tier fountain that incorporated sculptures. The park was redesigned by landscape architect Claude Cormier from Montreal, who also designed Toronto's Sugar Beach. The renovations cost $7.2 million, and the park officially reopened on June 28th of 2017. The distinct feature of this park is the large two-tiered falcon. I said it again. Oh my God, two-tiered fountain, which with life-size cast iron statues of 27 dogs and a cat. The dogs are looking up towards a bone perched at the fountain's peak. The cat is looking north at statues of two small birds perched on the arm of a lamppost about 3 meters away from the fountain. The fountain also includes a ground-level trough to provide drinking water for real dogs, and each of the dog statues contributes to the fountain's function by each spouting water upwards from their mouths. There is a second cat statue perched on an electrical box at the southwest corner of the park. Obviously, I actually did capture this cat statue as well on the electrical corner of the box, which was just a small little thing. Obviously, it's hard to capture all the details of this park in Minecraft, specifically because of these dogs and cats and birds, and specifically surrounding the fountain of the project. But I chose to pay homage to the fountain by surrounding the fountain with tame dogs as well as some dog heads. The rest of the park is as accurate as possible, down to the location of the park benches and the streetlights. One thing I did do differently in the park than the real version is the trees, and that's simply because the park is relatively new and most of the trees in the park are still saplings. I chose to put fully grown trees into the park to try and capture how the park will look once the trees are fully grown to size, because when they do the sort of planning of the park and the rendering of the park and all this kind of design process surrounding Berczy Park, they don't plan it for the small trees, they plan it for in 20 years from now when the trees are fully grown. So I thought that was the best way to sort of capture what the original designer had in mind when creating this park. But that is everything for this video. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like I mentioned earlier, and subscribe if you're not done so already. If you'd like to know more about the Toronto project, I always link the Planet Minecraft Planet Minecraft page for this project in the description. As well, the Inizicraft server that this build is hosted on is currently in the testing stage, which means that you are now able to join the server and check out Toronto if you'd like. So IP to the Inizicraft server will be in the description down below, and to get there you just do /warp and a little UI will come up and you can click Toronto and you'll be teleported there. But like I said, that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't know if it'll be a Minecraft video or a CSGO video next, but look out for the next video in the coming days. My name is Gamefruitpulp. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you all later. Have a good one.